What's up guys, welcome back to another Clash Royale video. As you saw from the title, I'm going to be covering everything you guys will need to know about legendaries. And I'll be showing you guys some replays of what I believe as the best legendary in the game, or even the best card in the game. But first, let's talk about legendaries. Why are they in the game? Well, as you know, legendaries are believed to be the best cards in the game. So having said that, this gives people an incentive to invest money into the game, thus supporting Supercell. Supercell needs to make money or we wouldn't have this fun mobile game that we love to play. How do I get legendaries, and is this game pay to win? From my personal experience, I've never invested any money into this game and I've gotten 4 legendary cards. What? You might be wondering that I'm just super lucky or just ridiculously lucky, and that is 75% of the reason. There's a way to guarantee yourself a legendary, but it involves being in the legendary arena and having 40,000 gold, which may seem very hard. I encourage you guys to push the legendary arena and take advantage of the extra benefits such as better chests, requesting more, and being able to donate more. Most of my gold comes from donating. As you can see from my profile, my total donations is over 12,000. So if you know that every comment that you donate, you receive 5 gold and 1 experience. If you multiply 12,000 by 5, I've gotten over 60,000 gold just from donations. And as you take a look at the shop, usually you can buy a legendary in the shop, but today I don't have one, unfortunately. But I probably wouldn't have been able to afford it as I only have 28,000 gold. But sometimes it comes up. I bought a princess once, and that's how I was able to level up my princess to level 2. So if legendaries are so overpowered, why doesn't Supercell nerf them? Well, the reason behind that is people who invest a lot of money into the game will get angry and mad and probably quit the game if Supercell nerfed all the legendaries. If Supercell nerfed the legendaries, say like even a little bit, like decreasing the princess's range by 1 so it would be in range of the tower, or just decreasing it just by a little bit, people get really mad because all their money they put into the game has basically been like less value because of the nerf. So that's why they won't nerf the game. They try to make legendaries as balanced as possible. Now, from my rankings of best legendaries in the game, I would have to say Miner, Princess, Ice Wizard, Lava Hound, and Sparky, as Sparky is really easy to be countered. You just surround it or play minions or zap it as it resets the charge, and that's a really good way to deal with Sparky. Now, taking a look at the screen, I have a lot of chests to open, and I'll be showing you guys what I get. So let's start with these silver chests. I'm really hoping for a legendary in the magical chest. What I'm hoping for is a Miner or Ice Wizard or Lava Hound or any of the new legendaries such as Sparky. Alright, let's open these free chests. Nothing good. Spear Goblins. Alright, Crown Chest. Crown Chest is usually pretty good. Oh, I get an epic, a mirror. Usually you don't get an epic, but I guess I was lucky. Alright, let's open this magical chest and see what we get. Alright, let's open it slowly. We got some decent gold, free zap spells, 20 goblins, 64 barbarians, 10 furnaces, 1 skeleton army. Oh, I think the last card is going to be an epic because I only gotten 1 epic so far. So let's see what it is. Golem. Alright. I think I can make the golem work. I don't really use the golem, as you can see it's level 1. I don't really upgrade it, I don't really use it. So this is the deck I'm currently using. So if you guys are wondering how to save gold, I just upgrade the cards that I'm using, see how all these cards are upgraded, and all these cards that I don't use aren't upgraded. I have like 31 cards that aren't upgraded to even like 1 level. See, look how I have 12 epics for the golem, but I haven't upgraded it once because I don't want to spend the gold on it because I never use it. Alright, let's jump into some replays in which I show you the best legendary in the game, the Miner. Alright, so taking a look at this first replay, I'm playing against Fizz from that clan, and currently I'm using the Princess, Ice Wizard, Miner, the triple legendary. The Ice Wizard and Princess are really hard to deal with. They're really good and versatile, and that's why I'm using them. So he's a Royal Giant deck, as you can see from his hand, and he also has a Sparky in his deck as well. We're both using legendaries, which is uncommon up high in these arena levels. So here I have my Miner taking out the pump, which is one good use of the Miner, and as the Miner's taking out the pump, the tower was distracted on the miner, allowing my goblins to do damage to a tower. So here it drops a mini P.E.K.K.A to counter my Ice Wizard. I have nothing to deal with the mini P.E.K.K.A, so I have to let it take the, let him do damage to my tower. There's nothing I could have done. I played my mini P.E.K.K.A in response to his mini P.E.K.K.A, and he does a very good job distracting my mini P.E.K.K.A, making him take more steps and lure him to the left side instead of straight in front of his tower. Alright, so here I'm just building up Elixir again. He drops the pump. Now I'm not going to drop my miner on the pump, as I'm trying to damage the right side tower, so it was a good play by him by playing his pump on the other side. So here I start with my miner goblin push. As my miner is taking the damage, my goblins can do damage to a tower, even though my goblins were almost dead. So here he has his baby dragon. Same scenario as last time. He drops his mini P.E.K.K.A to counter my Ice Wizard. I use my minion horde to counter his. Now here I try to get my miner in with my damaged minions, but unfortunately he had fire spirits that countered both of them. So here drops off his princess, and look, the miner is like a chip damage troop, as it slowly does damage over time. It's really hard to predict. It's like a game of attrition. If he can't get damage to your tower, you have a way of damaging their tower with the miner. So here he finally plays the Sparky at double elixir time. He puts the Sparky in the back, and he has his Royal Giant in front to tank the damage. The Sparky, as you know, is very easy to counter. You just have to play your cards right and in a specific location by surrounding the Sparky. Some legendaries are easier to counter than others, such as the Ice Wizard or Princess. But here I do a very good job countering his Sparky. I zap the Sparky, resetting the charge. If you guys didn't know that, the zap resets the charge, and also the freeze resets the charge as well. Here I use my goblins to take out his mini P.E.K.K.A. Now my minions are injured. I try to get my miner in, but he has his baby dragon, which counters my damaged minions. And here I double princess. And now the miner's on the tower. There's nothing he can defend with it, because the miner is just so sneaky and just comes up behind the tower and takes it out just like that. And with only 3 seconds left in the game, I take the win with the miner taking out that right side tower. Now, as you can see, I used the miner in multiple situations, such as taking out the elixir pump, doing damage to the tower, tanking damage for my other troops such as goblins and minions. And in the end, the miner was what won me the game by doing damage to the tower, as it's very good at doing direct damage. The reason why the miner is really good is because it's basically like a spell, but as a unit, and it's really hard to counter. And well, as you know, spells can't be countered because they're direct damage, but the miner can be countered, but it's just very tricky as it's unpredictable. Alright, so I'll be jumping to the next replay. Alright, taking a look at this replay, I'm playing a different deck. This is my Hog Rider minion swarm deck. Instead, I replaced the free elixir minions with goblins, as my minions are too low level, but my goblins are the same level, but they are cheaper. So here he starts off with minions and a miner. So I'll be showing you guys how to counter the miner. So so a good position for your elixir pump is right in the middle between my two arena towers, as both my towers can shoot the miner at the same time, allowing for the miner to die faster. Here I counter his princess with my goblins. My goblins tank the damage for the cannon, and here I zap the goblins and zap the his tower, and there's nothing he can do against that. So now I'm staying on a good elixir advantage. As you can see, I have 8, and now when I put my pump down, we're basically the same amount of elixir. And he's hovering over his miner, whether or not trying to miner my pump, and he does miner my pump and adds a mini P.E.K.K.A as a support, and his mini P.E.K.K.A gets on my tower and does a lot of damage. I try using my hog as a distraction, and it didn't really work out, and the mini P.E.K.K.A got 2 hits off my tower. He uses a princess to counter my hog, which isn't that effective, as she takes a long time to shoot. He puts down goblins to counter my princess, and now I'm just sitting here waiting for him to move first. I have my pump down. I'm at an elixir advantage. I have more elixir than him, and I have a pump down, in which you know having more elixir gives you a better advantage. Here I know he has a cannon, so I just play my princess down, and it's very annoying. He uses his wizard to counter my princess, and that took him a really long time, which allowed my princess to get a lot of damage down. So now here I use my Hog Rider's distraction for the wizard, as I had nothing else to distract, or the wizard would have one-shotted it. And in the end, it it didn't really matter because his cannon would have taken out my hog anyways. And now he has his mini P.E.K.K.A. and miner on my pump, which is a good use for the miner. Look how I distracted mini P.E.K.K.A. by pulling it away from my princess, saving my princess, and I use goblins to finish off the mini P.E.K.K.A. He has his princess down, gets distracted by my goblins. My goblins take damage, and I take out the cannon really effectively. And here my hog's on the tower, and he places a mini P.E.K.K.A. as an answer. Now I put my pump in the bad spot because I didn't. I was putting on the side with more HP as I didn't want him attacking the right side as well. So here I just use the princess to take out the tower. The princess is really effective for that direct damage as it's hard to counter unless if troops are placed right before the princess. I use goblins to counter the miner. The miner was hitting my tower, not the goblins. Another reason why the miner is really good is it's super tanky. Not only does it hard to kill, it's like a mini giant that can be placed anywhere on the map. The only troop that can be placed anywhere on the map. And it's very versatile, as I said before. So here I take the win. His miner wasn't able to do damage because he didn't attrition me down all the way, and I had really good answers to all his cards. That's another example of using legendaries to win more games. As I know, many of you guys might not have legendaries. And I recorded this second half on a different day to show you guys what's in my shop. As you can see in my shop, I'm currently in the Legendary Arena. As you can see, Legendary Arena above 3,000 trophies. And here in the shop, I have the Princess. And see how you can buy it for 40,000 gold. As I said earlier, it's really hard to save up gold. And I encourage you guys, if you really want a Legendary, push up into the higher arenas. Get up to 7 and even 8. And then you might see a legendary in your shop, and hopefully you'll have enough gold to buy it. Sadly, I don't have enough gold, but I don't really want the princess because as a free-to-play player, I'm never going to be able to get 4 cards and be able to level my level 2 legendaries up. My first legendary I found in order to my first legendary was the princess. If you guys don't know, yeah, it was the princess. And I was super lucky to find that. And then one day I had the princess in the shop like I do have now, and I had 40,000 gold, and I had enough to buy her, but it took a while to save up the gold to upgrade her as it's relatively expensive to upgrade legendaries. Alright, so that's it for this episode, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.